weather is warming up and we have coverage from 4 different sports this week, including girls soccer and boys tennis. Hello Naperville sports fans and welcome back to another episode of NSW. I'm your host, Joe Kennedy. It's officially the busiest time of the year, so let's get right into the coverage. We begin with Neuqua Valley girls soccer traveling to Naperville Central. The Redhawks and Wildcats meet for the DVC opener in girls soccer. Both teams are starting off strong, with the Wildcats starting their season at 4-1, including wins over Geneva and St. Charles North. Naperville Central is 6-0-1 after tying Edwardsville last week. Neuqua strikes first with some great build-up through the midfield. Samantha Lodowick waits for the perfect opportunity, finding Alexis May in the box, who lays it off to Mia Bellacry. She beats the keeper bottom right to put the Wildcats up 1-0 early on. Redhawk Malia Shen sends one down the line for Isabel Brozick, who has a lane towards goal. However, Wildcat goalie Elizabeth Freed comes off her line and denies the Central chance. The Wildcats continue to pass the ball well around the fields. Lodowick finds Elena Chandola in the middle, who sends it down the right wing to Alexis May. The junior midfielder crosses one to the perfect spot as Selma Larby is there inside the box to tap home the goal. The Yale commit makes it 2-0 Neuqua. Naperville Central has a fair share of chances in the first half, but Freed and Neuqua's defense are keeping the Redhawks at bay. To close the half, Central works it right to left, and Brozick's shot gets blocked before Kira Lambin's effort is stopped by Freed. The Wildcats lead 2-0 at half. The second half is more of the same as both sides have their fair share of chances. Callie Tumilty's shot gets stopped and Freed has some trouble holding onto it. Emerson Burke knocks home the ball for Central, but it gets waved off after the ref signaled that Freed has possession of the ball. Now with 3 minutes left, Central continues to threaten on attack, as nobody can connect on a well-executed cross from Tumilty. Nicole Smith gets possession at the top of the box, steps up and curls one right over the Wildcat goalie. After outshooting Neuqua 17-6, the Redhawks get on the board. However, it wouldn't be enough as Neuqua hangs on to beat Central and improve to 5-1 on the season. Waubonsie Valley travels up Eola Road to take on the Mustangs of Metea Valley. It's the first conference matchup of the season as Metea is riding a 4-game winning streak. Dub V currently holds a record of 1-2-1. The last time these two teams matched up was in May of 2024 when Metea took the dub 4-1. After a scoreless 16 minutes in the first half, the Mustangs look to strike first. Forward Isabel Leofanti nicely assists midfielder Olivia Hernandez, who scores down low. Metea's up 1-0. Nearly 4 minutes later, Mustang Lily Sinise sends in the corner kick, where Jessica Terrata responds with the header and sneaks it past Waubonsie's goalie. MV is now up 2-0. Only a minute later, Hernandez entraps it and finds Leofanti, who works her way down the wing and past the defense. She crosses to Chloe Birch, who backheels the shot into the back of the net. It's a great one-time finish, and just like that, the Mustangs lead by 3. The Warriors try to respond with McKinley Ladd sending the free kick to Tanya Castellan. Mustang goalie Arna Ragavaputi gets the stop and helps keep Metea up 3-0 at halftime. Dub V is now looking to start fresh as we enter the second half. Ladd sends the free kick to a dangerous position inside the box, and Katie Chapman breaks free at the back post. She sends the ball in for the goal, and Metea still leads 3-1. Moments later, Hernandez places a well-weighted pass to Birch, who sees the keeper come off her line and fires home her second goal of the game. Metea extends their lead to 4-1. The Mustangs strike again. Reagan Bellagamba builds momentum before finding Hernandez. She takes a shot from distance and gets it to go. Mustangs lead by 4. Sinise now starts up the Mustang attack, finding Leo Fonte, who quickly fires one low and past the goalie. This one was all Mustangs as they opened the DVC season with a 6-1 win over Waubonsie Valley. After being sidelined throughout their junior seasons, Metea's Chloe Birch and Naperville Central's Callie Tumilty have made their varsity debuts in 2025. When we return, we'll have more on the Division I recruits returning from injury.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO.
The import tariff is here, but at Fair Oaks Ford, we'll help you beat the tariff with a large selection of American-made in-stock vehicles right now. For a limited time, lock in pre-tariff pricing on select new Ford models and save thousands. From America, for America. And right now, we're offering employee pricing for all. You pay what we pay. Now that's what we call fair. Don't miss your chance to beat the tariff at Fair Oaks Ford in Naperville.
After some injury scares, Naperville Central's Callie Tumilty and Metea Valley's Chloe Birch have made their varsity debuts. The club teammates and D1 recruits are among the area's best goal scorers. NSW's Patrick Cotto has more on their roads to recovery for our latest feature story presented by Fair Oaks Ford.
Metea Valley's Chloe Birch and Naperville Central's Callie Tumilty make their varsity girls soccer debut this season after years of playing at the club level. While eager to join their friends on their respective squads for their junior campaigns, each player suffered knee injuries that ended their season prematurely, with Tumilty suffering an ACL tear and Birch dealing with 2 tears in her meniscus. After a lengthy rehab over the past year, both were cleared to return to the pitch while taking proper precautions to maintain their strength.
I knew I had to take it slow. I knew rushing it back wouldn't give me any benefit, so I knew taking it slow and just going day by day, recovering mentally and physically was a huge part. I took a little bit more time off than necessary just because I really wanted to work on that strength aspect, and that's what I was kind of working on. And then, you know, soccer's muscle memory, so the soccer stuff will come after, but really strengthening those muscles to prevent whatever could happen again.
Now they are instant impact players thriving in their first IHSA soccer seasons.
It's been amazing. I truly love it. I love the coaches and I love the ability to play with new people and on a new team and in a new environment. I love playing for the school and having people behind me in every game. It's been super fun. I love the team of girls. The main thing that I'm really happy about is our practices are very intense. We're a very competitive group of people, so our practices look like what we're doing in games, so it's great training for me and it's great training for the other girls.
Despite the injury setbacks, Birch and Tumilty were able to spend their junior seasons developing chemistry with teammates and coaches in preparation for the 2025 campaign. Adding Birch and Tumilty brought excitement, but coaches Troy Adams and Chris Whaley knew that integrating their gameplay would still take time to develop.
It took a couple games to figure out her best role for the team, but I think we've zeroed in on that, and she's doing all the things that we'd ask of her to do, whether it's putting the ball in the net or setting up her teammates or just keeping the ball in possession. She's doing a great job.
It's still a learning experience always. Every coach is different, every program's different, every new set of teammates is different, and so I think as we've gone on, Callie's got much better about adjusting. All right, this player kind of likes this player does that, here's what I can do well, and here's how I can blend what I do well into the team.
Although they suit up for rival DVC high schools, Birch and Tumilty also recently played together on the FC United club team, so the two are no strangers to one another. Now a month into the year, both are making significant impacts by either putting the ball into the back of the net or standing their ground on defense. Despite this being their only high school season, this is not the end of their soccer journey. They will take their talents to the collegiate level this fall, with Tumilty lacing up for Ohio State and Birch heading north to play for North Dakota State. For now, The goal is for Birch and Tumilty to help their squads in any way they can before making a big postseason push down the home stretch.
I just wanted to make an impact. I wanted to be able to be beneficial to my team, play in places that they needed me, and I wanted to do my best to get back confidence-wise and just do the best for my team.
Just building that chemistry and also getting other girls on the team to the next level, you know, and just helping everyone else out with that and whatever they want to do with their future.
For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Cotto.
When we return, let's swing over to some boys tennis between Waubonsie Valley and Metea. We'll also see how our water polo teams look as the season reaches the halfway point.
In these complicated times, local news has never been more important. DailyHerald.com lets you stay connected to your community, wherever you are.
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something. Be a Naperville Crime Stopper.
Metea Valley Boys Tennis hosts Waubonsie Valley in the opening matchup of the DVC season. In last year's meeting, the Mustangs got the road victory 6-1. Starting things off between Metea's Danush Chitalori and Waubonsie's Ishan Suresh. Chitalori and Suresh rally back and forth, not giving up any ground. Suresh moves closer to the net and attacks the corner as Chitalori's return goes high into the air. It allows Suresh to send a strike to the opposite corner for the point. Suresh looks to give the Warriors momentum by closing things out in the second set. The two sides rally as they look to gain the advantage. Suresh sends it down the line for the score. The Warrior goes on to win both sets against Chitalori 6-0. Moving on to two doubles as Mustangs Royce Lalani and Sakti Karthikeyan match up against Warriors Kavin Sivapunyam and Krish Dave. Both Warriors rally with Lalani as he keeps the ball in play. Lalani moves towards the net to attack the high return and send it just out of reach of Sivapunyam for the score. Dave sends a nice serve for the Warriors as the Mustangs return from the back row. Sivapunyam's shot bounces high into the air but remains in play because of the great play by the Mustangs. With one hand, Sivapunyam hits his shot past the Mustangs for the score. Waubonsie ties things up after winning the second set, 7-5. In the final set after the Warriors serve, the Mustang return high into the air. Dave sends one back row to Karthikeyan, who gets just enough on his shot to keep it in play for the score. Trailing 5-1 in the final set, Karthikeyan serves for Metea as he looks to keep hope alive. Sivapunyam returns the serve as his shot bounces past the Mustangs for the game-winning score. After falling in the first set 7-6, Sivapunyam and Dave win the final two sets for Dub V. Moving on to the final match of the night, one singles between Mustang Mihir Araya and Warrior Samayan Tile. In the first set, Araya and Tile start things off with a rally. Tile approaches the net to keep the rally going as Araya sends a powerful shot to the back corner, which Tile can't keep in play. Later on in the set, Arya keeps Tile on the move while approaching the net. He keeps the ball in play as Arya hits one backhand while Tile sends it right back. Arya can't convert on the second backhand shot as Tile gets the point and wins the first set 6-3. After Arya won the second set 6-3, both sides come out aggressive in the third as both move around the back row to keep it in play. Taking advantage of Tile's approach at the net, the Mustangs sent a shot just out of Tile's reach for the score. Tile jumps out to a 5-1 advantage for the Warriors as he looks to close the day out strong. His shot is high into the air as Arya sends a strike down the line as the Mustang hits an acrobatic shot to keep the rally going. The rally soon comes to an end as Arya's shot is just out of bounds, putting the game out of reach. The Warriors open the conference season with an impressive 6-0 victory over Metea Valley.
IHSA boys tennis is back in action at Naperville Central with the Wildcats arriving on the court to kick off the DVC season. Nequa enters off its second straight conference championship. Starting with the one singles is Red Hawk Nick Tangedahl and Nequa Valley's Andy Yu. Yu gets off to a good start against the Red Hawk with Yu hitting a liner to score a point. This matchup goes into two sets with the Wildcat hitting towards the corner for another point. U wins it 6-1, 6-0. The two singles match is underway with Saria Kandari of Neuqua Valley going up against Naperville Central's Jason Chang. The Wildcat works it from left to right and earns the point in set 1 after a nice shot into the corner. And it's another singles match that's won by the Wildcats as Kandari attacks the net and puts in a gentle touch before he hammers one down for a point. Now over to two doubles with Redhawks Tay and Tia Nim squaring off against Boris Sorokin and Anthony Yang of Neuqua Valley. Tian gets the ball bouncing fast with Yang hitting back. However, Tay returns, swings in and hits the ball for a quick point. Later on, Yang serves and it's back and forth returns from the Nim twins before Sorokin fires a quick shot past the Redhawks. Sorokin and Yang take it in two sets, 6-0, 6-1. Now let's wrap it up with one doubles as Redhawks Oscar Riddle and Christian Coleman go up against Wildcats Ricky Kim and Evan Yang. Kim serves and Yang acrobatically keeps the rally alive as Kim then sends a beautiful shot down the line for the Wildcats. Neuqua continues on with Kim hitting a bullet that goes right between Coleman and Riddle for another Wildcat point. The match sees Yang hitting a long shot towards Riddle, then Kim steps up to the net and he closes it out. They win it in straight sets 6-1, 6-2. The Wildcats show no mercy on the court as they start the DVC season with a 7-0 win over the Redhawks.
Spring break is wrapped up as Waubonsie Valley welcomes Neuqua Valley to resume conference play. These two teams faced off in the Fenwick tournament, where the Warriors grinded out an 8-7 win. The Warriors begin their attack as Yusuf El-Tuni fights off three defenders and scores the game's first goal not even a minute in. 2-1 Warriors as they continue to work the ball around until El-Tuni targets the bottom left corner for his second goal of the contest. Declan Puach for Neuqua takes note of El-Tuni and scores right in front of the opposing goalie, and the Cats trail 4-2 after one. Neuqua continues to feed Puach in the second quarter, so Milan O'Connor finds him and hits the top shelf to tie the game at 4. Both teams trade a couple more goals, resulting in a 6-6 tie, but Ben Meyer changes that with an aggressive shot that goes in. Meyer opens up a streak of 3 straight goals in the quarter, and here's that third one with a beautiful skip to extend the WV lead to 9-6. The Wildcats get a much-needed spark before the break, and no, it's not Puach, it's Tony Newton with the laser, and Neuqua trails 9-7 at halftime. Coming out of the break, the Warriors waste no time. Daniel Niv shows authority on the skipper to make it a 3-goal lead for the green and gold. As for Neuqua, it's back to work with Puach, this time assisting Mario Valente, who hits the back of the net. The seesaw battle continues as Arseny Branevitsky for Waubonsie gets a quick one to go in his favor. 13-9 Warriors in the fourth, but don't count out Neuqua because Alex Malone shoots and scores through a tight window. Then the Wildcats adjust on defense with Puach grabbing the loose ball and throws in one of his 10 goals in the game. This one keeps Neuqua's striking distance at 13-11. However, the Warriors keep responding to every swing. Meyer strikes in 6 goals on the night, and Waubonsie wins in a shootout 17-13 over Neuqua.
The Naperville North Huskies look to extend their 9-game win streak as they host the Metea Valley Mustangs. The Huskies have been red hot, dominating their last several opponents by double digits. Meanwhile, the Mustangs aim to bounce back after a tough loss to Lane Tech. The Huskies set the tone early on defense. Goalkeeper Rugi Stakavicius denies 2 quick shots from Mustang attacker Natalie Costa. Stakavicius finishes the game with an impressive 16 saves. On the other end, the Husky offense gets rolling. Peyton Schreier nets her first goal of the night, putting North on the board. Moments later, Stakavicius makes another key stop, preserving the early 1-0 lead. The Huskies keep the pressure on. Kate Shahara converts on the penalty shot to make it 2-0. Then it's Mia Pekasik's time to shine. She scores her first, then follows it up with a second goal, launching a powerful shot into the net. The Mustangs are struggling to get past Stakavicius, whose elite goalkeeping makes it nearly impossible to get clean looks on net. Ella Grace adds to the Husky tally with a rocket of her own. Rhea Vade looks to join the scoring party, but Metea's Emma Cruzel comes up with a strong save to keep the deficit from growing. Metea's Michaela Paulding launches a deep shot that just sneaks past Stakavicius. It gives the Mustangs their first points of the night. But the Huskies quickly respond. Schreier scores her third goal off an assist from Molly DePaz. After halftime, Schreier continues to dominate, netting another one early on, and then she scores 2 more for a second-half hat trick. Naperville North cruises to a 14-3 victory, extending their win streak to 10 games. Nicole Smith and Naperville Central girls soccer played host to Neuqua Valley, where Smith bends a shot over the Wildcat goalie. The Redhawks trail by 2 late in the second half. Callie Tumilty crosses one to a dangerous spot, but no one is there. Nicole Smith gets possession and curls one right over the Wildcat goalie. Let's take another look at the strike. It's a great finish by Smith, and it gave the Redhawks some life in the final minutes. Central's record now sits at 7-1-1 on the year. After the break, let's close out our 30th show of the year. We'll get a look at badminton for the first time, and then our final play of the week.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO. The import tariff is here, but at Fair Oaks Ford, we'll help you beat the tariff with a large selection of American-made in-stock vehicles right now. For a limited time, lock in pre-tariff pricing on select new Ford models and save thousands. From America, for America. And right now, we're offering employee pricing for all. You pay what we pay. Now that's what we call fair. Don't miss your chance to beat the tariff at Fair Oaks Ford in Naperville.
Badminton continues DVC play at Naperville North, with the visiting Naperville Central Redhawks competing in the crosstown rivalry against the Huskies. Starting with 1 doubles, it's North's Abby Wang and Rakshita Ruparel facing off against Zoe Tyon and Megan Moreno from Naperville Central. The Huskies get off to a good start with Ruparel hitting a birdie over the head of both Redhawks, which lands within the lines for a point. The Huskies continue to fight in a flurry of rapid-fire rallies, with all 4 players getting involved. Wang with a line drive return before Ruparel scores again as she digs out a drop shot and comes back with a smash, smacking the birdie past the Redhawks. Late in the first set, the Redhawks gain the edge as Moreno lines a smash that gets returned, but Tyon taps the birdie over as this time the drop shot falls for the point. Central wins the first set 21-18. In the second set, Megan Moreno plays near the front and takes control with a series of returns, including one that splits the Huskies for the point. Naperville Central wins in 2 sets 21-18, 21-12. Moving on to 2 doubles with North's Varsha, Partha Sarathi, and Paula Sun against Central's Hannah Chu and Yanuo Zhang. The Redhawks get the birdie flying, with Chu firing a shot past the Huskies to get the set rolling. Central takes the opening set 21-16. In the second set, Paula Sun smashes a shot past the Red Hawks from the back to score a point. The Huskies take the second set 21-16. Several back and forth returns from both teams in set 3, with Zhang backing up to send a lob shot over the head of the Huskies to get the Red Hawks a point. However, unlike one doubles, it's the Huskies who come out on top in two doubles, with Sun tapping her return over the net to end the third set by the score of 21-9. Moving on to one singles with Kelly Hu from Naperville North and Central's Zoe Tyon. The Husky sophomore gets the match soaring with a backhanded shot to get on board with a point. Tyon responds to the shot as she darts her return down for the point. The Red Hawk takes the first set 23-21. In set 2, however, Kelly Hu picks up the pace and pounces on the lob from Tyon, finding open space to slam home the point. The Husky takes it 21-11 to force a third set. The end of the third set sees both players with good returns, as Hu seals the deal with a lob shot to the back corner over Tyon, resulting in a 3-set win. Continuing the trend of back and forth battles is Red Hawk Megan Moreno and Husky Abby Wang in two singles. A marathon first set ends with the Husky sophomore getting the best of her opponent by firing a hardliner that Moreno cannot corral for the point. Wang takes the first set 26-24. Moreno is not deterred as she continues to battle, racking up points to get the edge, before evening things up with a set 2 win 21-17. In the third set, Moreno gets the early edge with the flick of her wrist as the lob lands inbounds for the point, as the Red Hawk hopes to complete the comeback. Moreno serves in set 3. A couple of returns later, Wang hits her return from the back and it hooks just out of reach of the Red Hawk. Wang takes the lead 21-20. The stamina tank is just about empty at this point. Moreno's return is just wide to the left as Wang earns the hard-fought 3-set victory. Naperville North takes home the crosstown win by a team score of 12-3 over Naperville Central.
Mason Hoffman and Naperville North boys water polo played host to Metea Valley, and the Johns Hopkins commit scores from a near impossible angle. Already up 9-1 in the second, and North looks to add on more. Jack Wright finds Hoffman, who waits and lets one rip from the corner. He scores into the side netting and would go on to record 5 goals and 2 assists this game. Hoffman has already proven to be one of the state's best players after earning first-team All-State in 2024. He enters April 14th with 99 goals and 43 assists this season. That wraps up this week's show of NSW. The spring season is always the busiest, so make sure to come back next week for more exciting coverage. You can find all our highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org. You can also find us across all social media platforms at NCTV17. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Joe Kennedy, and we'll see you again next week.